Okay, this is one of the funny things about trying these out when you're in your 60s. I just did a whole long monologue for, 10 minutes, and turned out I only recorded 30 seconds of it. So here I am again. It's Victoria. So good to see you. One of the things that I talked about in one of my previous videos is that in a span of about 17 months, I think originally I said it was 13 months, but I calculated it out and it was actually 17 months. I lost 5 amazing human beings in my life. And so that caused me to go into really a well of grief, which I'm just about 2 years into it at this point. And I am still experiencing it. And I wanted to share that because I don't think that's uncommon. I think that really happens to a lot of people. So in 2023, I lost my dad and his longtime partner and the last great love of his life. That was in March and in May. March, Linda died, and in May, my dad died, Wilfred. And then in December, my mom, Mary, died, and a close friend, Christian, also died. And then the following August, my brother, Billy, died. And that doesn't even include my beautiful 14-year-old pup, Rodeo, who also passed away. So all in all, 6 souls that I loved deeply and passionately in the span of 17 months. And what happened for me is that I went, into a period of deep grieving, which I do think is normal. And what I wanted to talk about today are some of the things that I did to help myself to process that, to get through that. And it's going to be a long time, I'm not done with it, right? I'm just coming up on 2 years to kind of the middle of it. And it's been tough, right? But here's a couple of things that I did do right away, right? I understood pretty quickly that I had been in a very intensive sort of 2 to 5 years of caretaking with my parents. Mostly my mom, and my sister was caretaking with my dad, and also raising teenagers and 20-somethings. I had my kids later in life, so I was that sandwich generation. I'm the very tail end of the baby boomers. I really relate more to Gen X. And so for me, the very first thing I did is I joined a writing group through the hospice community in my area. My mom was home with me on hospice when she passed away. My dad was home with my sister when he passed away. I was also able to be there, but it was primarily with her. And so my hospice group has an amazing set of services in my area, and I joined a 6-week writing group and became very, very close to the group of women that I met there. We all had very different circumstances and we lost different people, but we were able to support each other through that time, and that was incredibly valuable. We have stayed in touch through text chains and occasionally trying to get together, but mostly it's just knowing that they're there, that if I reach out, they will immediately know my story, know me, understand me, and even just support in text makes a big difference. So that was one thing. And then I also have begun trying to figure out the things that I like again, right? I went through, childbearing years and parent caring years, and then here I am. I jumped from, sort of 40 to 60, and I don't even know who I am anymore. I don't know what I like. I don't know what my hobbies are. And so just really kind of getting back into that. I began knitting. I taught myself how to knit on YouTube during the pandemic, and I really love that. I've always been a quilter, so I've returned to that a little bit. My sister and I are the last in our generation. We do have a little brother and a little sister from my dad's second marriage, but they're quite a bit younger than us. So in our generation, we're the last 2. And so we've been trying to spend time together and find things to do together. And this last week I spent at her house, and we worked in the morning, and then we did quilting in the afternoon, and we finished one of my son's college quilts. It came out really beautiful. Hopefully I can include a still shot of that. So that was one thing. And I When I was very, very young, I loved drawing and painting, but when I was in my 20s, someone told me I was bad at it, and I believed them. Bad on me. And now I'm in my 60s, and I don't care if I'm bad, and I don't actually think I'm that bad, but I have started painting again, and I started with paint by numbers, which I really love and enjoy. It's so calm and meditating, but now I've moved on to drawing and painting on my own again. And so those are a couple of the things that I've been doing. As well as going on these long walks. Right now, this is my dog Hoku, and I'm in a beautiful, amazing redwood forest. This is Raven, and I have been going on long walks, maybe in my neighborhood, maybe in the redwoods that are near me, and just really trying to get out and about. Hi, Hoku. How you doing, sweet girl? And spend some meditative time, just thinking and walking, not using any electronics, just letting my brain kind of fill in the blanks. And it has been very, very healing. I miss all of my loved ones, the souls that are missing from my life. I miss them all terribly. And so for me, this time that I spend some time in the woods, or I'm walking around the neighborhood with my dogs or with my partner, I find to be one of those places where I am touching, God or whoever you believe in. And I'm feeling the support and the love. And so, so this is some of the things that I've been thinking about. I'm going to pause here. Hopefully I recorded this time. One of the things that, since I started thinking about YouTube channel, is doing a lot of research, and they say authenticity is key. Well, this one is authentic. I didn't think I'd be videoing today, so here I am, just me. Okay, talk to you in the next one.